Hey guys, Brandon here from Exotic Cars 19 Extras with yet again another review. This time is of the last Koenigsegg I have as of now. This is the Koenigsegg 1-to-1. And so yeah, if you saw my other two reviews, which you might have, then you know, not too much else to go over, but I will talk a little bit differently about this car as far as the financial side of it, you know. Sorry if you hear that. There's a massive like thunderstorm passing right now. I'll just flip the camera over there real quick and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, I don't know if you're going to be able to hear me too well. I hope you will. So anyway, just like the other ones, you open this flap, you're greeted with the beautiful Koenigsegg. The 1-to-1s and every color they came in has this little like credit card type thing. All it says is FrontiART Koenigsegg 1-to-1 high-end resin model, made by hand entirely, date 2014, scale 118. Number 194 of 300. Don't know how well you're going to be able to pick that up. Maybe not. The camera will focus. I'm not too sure. Anyway, that's really cool. I like to I have tape on here, as you can see, just because I like to put it where I hang the or where I display the Koenigsegg. Yeah, that heavy rain hitting my window is throwing me off. But anyway, so like I said, you're greeted with the beautiful Koenigsegg. It is the silver Koenigsegg 1-to-1. So we just go ahead and take this out, and I'll set the box over here. For all three Koenigsegg's I've already done a review over, a proper unboxing was done, like a proper unboxing video was done for all of them. So here we are with the Koenigsegg. I'm going to go ahead and move the acrylic case, set that off to the side. So yeah, just to skim over, I'm going to talk probably the majority about how, you know, rare and all that this is, and the financial, what I think the cost of this or the price of this will go to. But before I do that, because that's going to take the majority of the video, I'm just going to talk about the basics that I already talked about with these. But in case you didn't see that, this right here is the FrontiART 118 scale Koenigsegg 1-to-1, like I mentioned, and it is a high-end resin model. What resin is not so much like, you know, every other model car. The way it sits is the way it sits. There are no moving parts. The doors don't swing open. The back, you know, engine cover, hatch, whatever, doesn't open. Nothing moves on this car. The way it sits is the way it sits. And a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people like to open things up and see the engine, and I get that. That's kind of why you would go with auto art. But for me, I like to put the acrylic over it. I like to make sure the car's clean, the acrylic's clean. I put the acrylic over it, and all three are displayed beautifully next to each other. I do also want an auto art, because if you're not a fan of that, and these are expensive, they'll stretch anywhere from $400 to, well, I'll tell you how much I paid for this one if you don't know already. But you could also pay $300 to $400 somewhere in there for an auto art. They come in red, silver, and white, and that one has opening parts and all that stuff. So most of the time, whenever I tell friends I have this one or any of these, they'll go, I would have got the auto art. I've heard that from a lot of people online and friends of mine. And yeah, that's a good argument, because if you have model cars that you display without boxes, like, you know, this and all that, then yeah, you just want a Koenigsegg just to have like that. But for me, the Koenigsegg's are a bit more, you know, they're a bit different than that. I want to display them beautifully, like the way they are is just, you know, sitting on their own, like the three of them in the acrylic case. I think it's kind of like more art than it is like some collection. That's why I like FrontiART. I do, however, I don't know if I already mentioned this, I do want an auto art just to have something where I could open it up, look at the engine, and just have something different. But no complaints for me. And so now I'm going to get to the financial side of this. Okay, so this car I forgot, or really I don't know if I ever officially got the price that it went for when it was new. I did get this brand new, but second hand off some reseller off eBay, based out of Hong Kong. But I was the first owner of this, because when I unboxed it, like if you were to watch the unboxing video, it came, you know, saran wrapped, like with the acrylic, and then there was like the cloth that was protecting the car, like you get when it's brand new. So that's how I know it's brand new and never been opened. Plus, obviously the velvet, like that I'll get to if you don't know already, the velvet's not punctured, and there's a bunch of foam underneath the car, so it was brand new. But when it was new, when you got it from Koenigsegg's website, I don't know, I would imagine you paid anywhere from $480 to $580. I would say it's in the 500s, you know. I would think you paid $550 to $600. when you got it from Koenigsegg. Less than 600, but you know where I'm going. But I was not fortunate enough to get the first, couple Koenigsegg's from the website. So what I did was I resorted to eBay and see, hopefully someone's selling a silver one. I'll talk about how scarce this thing is. The HH is also limited to 300 models, as is this one. But obviously more people know of the silver 1-to-1 than they do the HH. Some people don't even know what the real Agera HH is. And if you saw my last review of the HH, you know what I'm talking about. It's a Danish programmer named David Hannemeyer Hansen who got that car, and it's like a one-off. He just wanted his initials on the car, so it's the Agera HH. But not a lot of people know about that one, but they do know this one. And the reason they know it so well is because it's different. It's not a Agera, it's a 1-to-1. And it's been breaking all the records. In real life, they made 6 of these cars, and all of them were in different colors. They made a visible carbon fiber with pink accents. They made a visible carbon fiber with either gold or orange accents. They made a satin blue, a visible carbon fiber blue, a silver 1-to-1, and or silver, like with the orange, and a white with red in the same color scheme as this. I think that's all 6. I think I named them all. Yeah. But in the model cars, they made every single one of those with model cars, but this one's the most sought after because the silver one is the most popular in real life. It's the one that Koenigsegg held on to a little bit longer, broke all the records in, did the fastest production car lap at Spa, and then the fastest 0 to 300 back to 0 kilometers an hour record. And so obviously, and also I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but the Evo magazine featured this car in this color. So long story short, this car in real life is very, very well known. And then if you look at the scale, 1/18 scale, that is the most popular scale for model car collectors. So when you're talking about the silver 1-to-1, that's a 1/18 scale, you're looking at it and they only made 300. That's why this one's so valuable. I almost got the visible carbon fiber with orange accenting 1-to-1 for about $480 on eBay, brand new. But I found this one, and this one was listed for $700. Like I said, new, it was well under $600. But I paid $700 because someone got it. They sold out through Koenigsegg's website, and then they brought it back to the market and priced at $700, so they made some money. But I still think I got in really, really early to get it for $700. So if you heard, oh my god, he got it for $700, that's insane, that's too expensive. Yes, it's very expensive when you compare it to any one of these model cars. I don't know if you're going to be able to see through the glass. If you compare it to a 1/18 scale Maisto, and if an alien were to come to this earth and see the two cars, he would not know why this one costs so much more. So same thing with a bunch of other friends of mine who collect. They see something for $13.99 that looks really good, and they see something for $700 that looks really good. They don't know what the heck is wrong with me. But then if you consider where the value of these cars go, if you saw my other 2 reviews, you're probably sick of me saying this already, but it's especially true for this. The value of these cars, especially when in lettering, right, or in number, right there, it's limited. It says number 194 of 300. When it says that right on that shiny chrome plaque, it adds value over time, especially in the case of the silver 1-to-1. If you were to get any of the other 1-to-1s and not, treat it like a Matchbox car and keep all the original boxes and stuff like that, you could sell it for what you got it for. As of now, there is no silver 1-to-1 for sale on eBay, so it's hard to value it, but I would obviously have to sell it for more than what I got it for because I'm the only one on the market. So every day I'm sure there's at least one person who goes on eBay trying to find a 1/18 silver 1-to-1 with no luck. So if I brought this on eBay, I think I could get over $850. But the reason I don't is because it means a lot to me. Koenigsegg is, think about how big of a car person I am, and my favorite brand is Koenigsegg, and this is the top dog Koenigsegg and the most sought after color. I'm not selling it. So that's why. And also my goal, and I think it could happen next month, but my goal is to meet Christian von Koenigsegg again, meet up with him with this car, and have him sign on the bottom of here or the box or something like that. And at that point, I would still keep it for the rest of my life, but I could probably sell it for well into the 4 figures. But I'm not going to do that, even if he signs it. I just like this car, and it means a lot to me. So that's the value of this. That I only mentioned the value that long because I don't want you guys to hear, oh my god, $700. That's just let that go way beyond your head. you could look at that as a $750 or $700 investment. But to me, it's just $700 because I really liked it. But yes, in a year for sure, I will be able to sell it for more than what I got it for. And within that year, there's going to be a lot of other people that are going to sell theirs on eBay. It's not going to be me though, because I'm keeping it. So yeah, that pretty much sums up the financial side of it. So what makes this a review is me telling you whether you should get it or not. Well, if you can find one, I say absolutely get it, because if you're not, you know, it's hard to imagine someone getting this if they're not a car person. But even if you're not a car person, you're not going to lose if you treat it really, really nicely and not take it out of this. If you didn't see my other reviews, I'll tell you anyway. If you feel right here, there's like these two holes here on this velvet. If you punch through that velvet, then you could get to the screws, and you could unscrew them, and then the car could be taken out. I don't know why you would do that for something that costs as much as this. It's just best to just keep it on, like, you know, the acrylic over this, and just take good care of it. But yeah, that's pretty much that. You know, if you like cars and you have the opportunity to get it, I say do it. You're not going to go wrong. It's going to go up in value to make yourself feel better. But then I think when you see it in person, you're going to realize you don't want to sell it. You know, it's like if my room caught on fire, the one thing I would save is probably this car of all of them, just because it's the one-to-one, you know, it's just like that, the car to have, I think. So yeah, you could say, oh, for $700 you could have got that, you could have got this, you could have got so many different auto arts and this and that, and I get that. But, you know, I was just able to get this car. I found it for not so much a good deal, but I thought it was going to go up in value, and so far it is. And so that's why I would recommend you should get it. Now, at the moment, if you're seeing these things go for over $1,000, they're stretching it. So, you know, you obviously, you know, this car is a must, but it's not so much of a must that you have to pay whatever you can to get this car. I paid $700. If you could pay under $900, I say do it. No doubt, don't even hesitate, because it will go over $1,000, I think, within the next year and a half. But like I said, if you're not looking at this like an investment, then as the car itself, it doesn't matter what you pay. It is absolutely beautiful, and I love to have it. So for being from FrontiART, the same manufacturer as these, expect the same level of detail, only more, because there are more flaps and more aero bits and just more on this car. It's even more impressive. If you just look at these two I don't even know what to call that. There's like these holes in the hood. You see the radiators, the fans with the mesh and the metal and all that. The level of detail, they did not skimp out. You cannot open any doors or take the engine cover off, but I just feel like if I did, they would have continued and did great detail under there, because they've just spent so much time with this and being handmade and everything like that. But yeah, the interior is absolutely beautiful. You know, they did the quilting on the back beautifully. The Ghost, since there's no glass here, it's in between the two seats. It is so crazy realistic. The carbon fiber all the way through the inside, the lining up carbon fiber here, the blacked out headlights with carbon fiber, where the LED bulbs would go. They really hit it off here. But, you know, even if it looked like a turd, you should obviously buy it because it can go up in value. But if it looks this beautiful, and if it means so much to me, and if it goes up in value, that's why I got it. So maybe now I don't sound so crazy on why I have 3 Koenigsegg's. Maybe I kind of explained myself a little bit better. But anyway, if I missed out on anything, I could easily do another video on this or touch anything up. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll do plenty of other review videos on all the other cars I haven't done already. But until then, thank you guys for watching and have a great day.